Hey guys, my name is Neha. Welcome to my YouTube channel Wings. Take flight towards knowledge and wisdom. Today I will talk about euphemism. In last class, I had taught you about paronyms. I had told you that paronyms are euphemistic words. So we will discuss those euphemistic words today. But before going further, I will tell you the grammatical structure of this word, euphemism. Euphemism. As this word ends with ism, it is abstract noun. Like liberalism. Liberalism. This also ends with ism. The words which end with ism are abstract noun. Euphemistic. As it ends with ic at the end, so it is adjective. Like as I have told you, euphemistic words. So euphemistic is adjective and word is a common noun. What I have told you, that euphemistic words. So here euphemistic, it's an adjective and it is a common noun. And euphemistic ends with ic, so it is adjective. Like liberalistic, it is also an adjective. Euphemist, as it ends with ist, so it is common noun. For example, liberalist, it ends with ist, so it is also a common noun. And the last one is euphemistically, as it ends with ally, it is adverb. For example, liberally. Before going to jump into the definition of the word euphemism, I have written here some sentences. We will try to understand them. First one is, he has passed away. This sentence could also be written as, he has died. Like in hospital, we hear that doctor says, I'm sorry, but he has passed away. Here in this sentence, he has passed away, it is less harsh and indirect way of saying things. And it is indirect way of saying things. Like if he says, I'm sorry, but he has died. So here, he has died is direct and harsh way of saying things. It will be direct and harsh, right? So here, passed away is an euphemistic phrase. So now let's come to the second sentence. Second sentence is, he was weak and ill, and he would not survive on the streets. This sentence could also be written as, he was weak and ill, and he could not survive being homeless. Here, on the street is an euphemistic phrase that means being homeless. Let me create a condition to make this phrase more clear to you. Suppose my friend is there who is going through very bad financial crisis, and he is living being homeless, and I can't help him because of some reasons. So I would say like this: I feel so bad and helpless to see him being homeless. Let me repeat it again. I would say, I feel so bad and helpless to see him being homeless. It is being homeless. Here it's direct and harsh way of saying thing. Like in the sentence, being homeless. He was weak and ill, and he would not survive being homeless. It is harsh and direct way of saying things. And in that, instead of this, I could say I feel so bad and helpless to see him on the streets. It is an indirect and less harsh way of saying things. Like in this sentence, he was weak and ill, and he would not survive on the streets. Got it? So now let's come to the third sentence. That portly woman was so kind to me. This sentence could also be written as, that heavy woman was so kind to me. Here, portly is an euphemistic word that means heavy, fat, overweighted. So you are saying that heavy woman was so kind to me. At one place, you are praising her, you are giving credit to her, and at the second place, you are so rude to her. You are telling her heavy woman. So isn't it bad way of saying this this opinion or this point? You can say that portly woman was so kind to me. It is polite and gentle way of saying things. But that heavy woman, it doesn't sound good, right? And it is impolite and harsh way of saying things. Got it? So now let's come to the fourth sentence. He is between jobs. That means he is unemployed. So between jobs, it is an euphemistic phrase that means unemployed. If I say, uh, if I say he is between jobs, that means he is unemployed, and he is between job is a less rude and polite way of saying. And between jobs, it could also be used in a sarcastic way, like if I have to ask someone in a taunting way or in a sarcastic manner, are you still between jobs? It is indirect and less harsh way of saying thing. If I say, are you still between jobs, is indirect. But if I say, are you still unemployed, it is harsh and direct way of saying thing. So it is better to use euphemistic words and phrases to make your sentences or your speech less harsh to others and less rude and in a polite way. So now let me tell you the definition of euphemism, as I have given you the example so that it could be more clear to you what does the euphemism means. So the term euphemism refers to the polite and indirect expressions which replaces words and phrases which are considered to be harsh and impolite, or which suggests something unpleasant. Like in these sentences, died, it suggests unpleasantness. So we have used passed away, an indirect way of saying things. Being homeless, it is harsh. So we have used on the street, indirect way of saying things. Heavy, it's rude and impolite. So we have used portly, a polite and a less harsh way of saying things. Unemployed, it's harsh, rude, and impolite. So we have used between jobs, which is much more polite, less rude. Euphemistic words, camouflages, are rude or impolite expressions, but convey the concept clearly and politely. Basically, euphemism is an idiomatic expression which loses its literal meaning and refers to something else in order to hide its unpleasantness. For example, kick the bucket. It is an euphemistic phrase that means to die. Any fish under my care in my aquarium kick the bucket in about a week. Any fish under my care in my aquarium kick the bucket in about a week. That means any fish under my care in my aquarium die in about a week. Many organizations use the term downsize for distressing act of firing its employees or to reduce workforce. So, downsize. It is an euphemistic word that means to fire or to reduce workforce. For example, he has decided to downsize his company. He has decided to downsize his company. That means he has decided to reduce workforce of his company. The types of euphemism. There are three types of euphemism. The first one is to soften an expression. The second one is to be polite. The third one is to be impolite. Now let's come to the first one, to soften an expression. It is used in order to make a blunt or unpleasant truth seem less harsh. For example, ethnic cleaning. This euphemism means genocide. What does the word genocide means? Genocide means the deliberate killing of a large group of people, especially of a particular nation or ethnic group. He accelerated his policy of ethnic cleansing as soon as the war began. That means he accelerated his policy of genocide as soon as the war began. It means that he started killing large group of people as soon as the war began. Second one is put to sleep. This euphemism means to euthanize. What does the term euthanize means? Euthanize means to kill an animal because it is very old or sick, or because there is no one to take care of it. Our poor dog is so old that she can't see, hear, or even walk. I think it is time to put her to sleep. That means Our poor dog is so old that she can't see, hear, or even walk. I think it is time to euthanize her. Third one is early retirement. This euphemism means retirement before the usual or expected age or date. Some will be forced to take early retirement. That means some will be forced to take retirement before the usual or expected age or date. The fourth one is the big C. That means cancer. I'm sorry to say this, but your daughter is suffering from the big C. That means, I'm sorry to say this, but your daughter is suffering from the cancer. Senior citizen. This euphemism means an old person. We should provide our seat to senior citizens. That means we should provide our seat to old persons. So now let's come to the second type of euphemism. That is to be polite. It is used to take place of words or phrases you might not want to use in polite company. For example, big bone. This euphemism means fat or heavy or overweight. She looks big bone in this dress. That means she looks fat in this dress. If we say she looks fat in this sentence, it is harsh and impolite way of saying thing. But if we say she looks big bone in this dress, it is indirect and somewhat polite way of saying this. Sanitation engineer. This euphemism means garbage man. All credit goes to the sanitation engineer of our society to make this area dengue free. Sanitation engineer, it is again a polite way and less harsh, and garbage man would be harsh and direct way of saying this. Vertically challenged. This euphemism means short. She don't feel bad for being vertically challenged. That means she don't feel bad for being short. Fourth example is visually challenged. This euphemism means visually impaired. I am going to help that visually challenged girl. That means I am going to help that visually impaired girl. The fifth one is little thin on top. This euphemistic phrase means losing one's hair. For example, he is little thin on top. That means he is losing his hair. Now let's come to the third type of euphemism, that is to be impolite. In some cases, euphemisms are intentionally a less pleasant way of saying something. It is used generally when people are being sarcastic or trying to make light of a serious subject or make it seem less serious. For example, bit the dust. This euphemism means died. We were so lucky to avoid that massive accident, we might have bitten the dust. That means we were so lucky to avoid that massive accident, we might have died. The second one is crowed. This euphemistic word also means died. The parrot crowed before I got it home. That means the parrot died before I got it home. The third one is blow chunks. This euphemism means to vomit, especially violently or in great amount. For example, I felt like I was going to blow chunks from seasickness out on that boat. That means I feel I felt like I was going to vomit from seasickness out on that boat. The fourth one is lost one's marble. This euphemism means to become of unsound mind, or you can say mad. I have been so sleep deprived lately that it feels like I have lost my marbles. That means I have been so sleep deprived lately that it feels like I have become of unsound mind. Fifth one is over the hill. This euphemism means too old to function effectively. You are only 30. You are not over the hill yet. That means you are only 30. You are not too old to function effectively yet. Euphemism makes the bad seem good, the negative seem positive, the unnatural seem natural, the unpleasant seem attractive, or at least tolerable. It is language which denies responsibility. It conceals or prevents thought. Euphemism depends largely on the social context of the speakers and writers, where they feel the need to replace certain words that may prove embarrassing for a particular listener or readers in a particular situation. Thus, euphemism is a useful tool that allows writers or speakers to convey their concept clearly and politely. So that's all for today's class. I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. So thank you guys. I will meet you on Monday.